I want to share a little project that I've been working on for over a year. It's called Campground Confessions. As someone who creates porn, the most common request that I get from folks is kind of everyday guys that are like, hey, I don't see people that look like me in porn, and I would love that. That would be really exciting to me. Couple that with this really fabulous sex and intimacy coach named Don Shine, who reached out to me to pitch this project.
Gay campgrounds taught me how to be myself. They taught me how to be me. You know, I was raised in Kentucky. I, lived a pretty heteronormative life. I got really good at code switching. The first time I went to a gay campground, which was in central Indiana, once you went through the gate and you realized that, there were people who looked like me. Not only did I have the shame of their erotic self, but there was this body shame that sort of kept me excluded even from the gay community in some way, even if that was in my own head. There was just this sort of idea that I didn't belong. It brought this little microcosm of community that I hadn't experienced ever in my life. I felt attractive for the first time in my life. And what it taught me was sex doesn't have to be this sort of shadow thing.
And so he pitched writing these 12 scenes from his own real life experience that we would then bring to life. And we did this at a campground in rural Missouri called Serenity Farms with 7 models that we flew in from across the country.
I think it's also like after the filming, the hot tubs, the pool, the eating together, sharing food, breaking bread, it really bonds us in a way that no other shoot would have the possibility to do so. So I thank you for your generosity.
It just gives us such a different and a deeper connection, between each performer that we normally don't get to do in most situations, and we get to translate it to the fans, and you guys get to enjoy it as well, and we get to be like our most authentic selves.
Over the course of the shoot, I realized we're filming my erotic life, and it became really emotional for me, and it was healing for me to watch and to see this and to celebrate it and to watch it be turned into art, which is what I really think it is. To feel validated in that way, that they found themselves in my story and that we all shared these same kind of experiences and could find our special connection to that. It was a deeply moving experience all around.
Well, because it moved from your story to our story.
Exactly.
For me, it feels important to create content that doesn't just feature these like super muscled, super hung models, which is hot. We all love that. But it's also nice to see reflections of ourselves, whether that's rounder guys, furrier guys, older guys. And I get that sometimes people are like, well, porn should be aspirational. And I'm like, well, let the aspiration be for us to love our bodies and to step into our erotic potential. Like, let's aspire to that. And even if you're not into a particular type of guy, my invitation to you would be that watching 2 people have really good hot sex is super sexy, even if they're not your so-called type. But for me as a filmmaker, that's what's fucking fun to film, right? Like, I don't need to see 2 straight boys bumping their bodies together in a random hotel room. We've seen that, it's been done, okay? It's kind of hot, but like, it's only one flavor, and it's a flavor that's been done. For me, Campground Confessions is something entirely different. It's something that most people haven't seen.
I think for me, it comes back to that sense of just celebrating who we are and how we express ourselves erotically. And, right now in this political environment, it is genuinely sanctuary. It's a place where you can come and feel safe.
So my invitation for you, especially if this isn't your usual flavor of eroticism, is to experience something new, to step outside your comfort zone and to see where it takes you. I'll hold your hand. I am here to hold your hand, and let's see where it goes. Thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you love these films as much as I do, and of course I'll talk to you again soon.